Hello YouTube, how is it going? Guided by Jesus here, and today I'm bringing you guys a great tutorial of how to get incredible scores in Slither. As you'll be able to see, I got over 300,000 in score, and there really is no limit to how much of a score you can get with this method. All you need is patience and awareness. So the first thing you'll want to do is you want to climb up to the leaderboards. In order to start off this method, you need to be one of the biggest snakes in the lobby that you're in. So one advice I can give you is follow other snakes. Do not put yourself at risk. Do not challenge. For those of you that have a hard time making it to the leaderboards. For those of you that are already good at the game and you make it to the leaderboards with ease, just do what you regularly do and go ahead and make it to the leaderboards and you'll be able to start off this method. But for now, let me just go ahead and give some advice for the people that do have a hard time making it to the leaderboards. So one thing you can keep an eye for is when you see another snake going for food, that is the best opportunity you have to wrap them. But when wrapping another player, make sure that you're not leaving yourself vulnerable to be wrapped as well. So as you can see here, one thing I like to do is I keep a smaller circle squeezing in the snake that I wrapped, and I also open a bigger circle just to prevent me from getting wrapped as well. So I'm already in third place here, and I just want to go ahead and get a little bigger before I start off this method. And I want you guys to pay attention to what happens next. I am gonna go ahead and wrap what I believe to be 9 different snakes right here. See if you guys can count. It's hard to tell, but I think it's about 9 different snakes in here at once. So leave in the comment section below how many snakes do you guys think I just wrapped at once, and also add on to that comment by leaving down on the comment section what was your record of snakes that you wrapped at once. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on to the method that I was talking to you guys about. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to form a circle with your body, and you want to make that circle as big as possible. The reason behind this is because you are one of the biggest snakes in the lobby, it just makes it impossible for you to be wrapped. The only way you can get wrapped being one of the biggest snakes in the lobby is if you're not making your circle as big as possible. For instance, my circle is not as big as it could be right now. I can't even see my tail at this point, but as you guys can see, little by little I'm trying to open my circle and make it bigger and bigger. So what you're gonna want to do is continue doing that, make your circle as big as possible, and you will not be able to be wrapped around them. And then you just want to take advantage of the snakes that die outside of your coil, and you're just gonna go outside of the coil just a little bit in order to eat some of that food, and as soon as you see some danger, you run back into your circle. So this is almost like that tag game that maybe you played when you were younger, that there is like this one spot that is the safe spot. It's like a safe zone. As soon as you see that you might be tagged, you run back to that spot, and you can't be tagged inside that spot. So it's the same idea here with this method. As you go out of your circle to eat some food, and as soon as you see that there's a snake that can cut you off, you just run back into your coil. So as you guys can see here, when I saw danger, I just ran back into my coil, and both of these snakes died. So what do? I just go outside of my circle a little bit while still knowing that if anything happened, I can run back into my circle, and I eat the food of those snakes that died outside of me. So here again, another snake died outside of me. I went outside to eat it, and when I saw danger, I ran back into the circle. So it's actually built in a way that, oh, here it is, the pink guy just died, and I just go ahead and eat all of that food. And it's important to eat the food inside of you because occasionally a player will spawn inside of your coil. So I didn't want to leave all that food in there, because if a player spawned inside of my coil, he would have eaten all of that food and he would have been big, and then he would start giving me a headache and possibly trying to just go in circles around my coil, my inner coil, and then another snake going in circles like this outside of my coil would just sandwich me, and that would be very, very, you know, hard to deal with. So as you guys can see here, I don't even panic. I know my circle is as big as possible at this point because I can see my tail, and I know he won't be able to wrap me, and it's just a matter of time until he dies. And there you go, he just died. So now all I have to do is enjoy this meal and laugh at him, I guess. So here we go. I'm already at 63,000 in score. And yes, this method requires some patience. And just guys, look at what happens with me here, and I'm glad that this happened for the sake of this tutorial. This is what can happen in case you're not keeping your coil as big as possible. Because I wasn't paying attention and I allowed my circle to get small, another player was able to come and wrap me. So what do? Do not panic. In this situation, do not panic. Just try to keep your circle as big as possible, knowing that I'm in the middle of the map and there are a lot of other big snakes around me. These snakes can come to my rescue and just try to wrap this guy that's wrapping me right now, and he would be sandwiched. And because he's sandwiched and he can't go to the left or the right, the slightest mistake that he makes would make him die. So because I know that, I'm not even panicking. I'm just keeping the circle as big as possible and hoping that he will make a mistake. And in this situation, he can't even squeeze me too much, because if he makes this circle way too small, that leaves him way too vulnerable and he'll eventually be wrapped as well. So all I have to do here is make sure I keep the circle as big as possible, and there you go, he just died. So that's more food for me, and now I just have to make sure I don't make the same mistake again, and I will slowly here start to open my coil and see how I use that other snake's body to cut off another snake. So then you can run around your circle. You don't want to leave the circle, you stay within the circle, but then you run all the way around to get to that food of the snake that you just killed. So here I managed to get my coil big again. Here's another example of a snake that dies outside, so you come outside and quickly get back into your coil. So you want to be very, very patient with this method. Another tip I have for you guys is in regards to the snakes that spawn inside of your coil. As you'll be able to see here, for the most part, if you ignore these snakes, they'll eventually make a mistake, or maybe they'll just grow impatient from seeing that they're not gonna go anywhere, and they'll eventually just kill themselves. So just ignore them. As you're gonna be able to see here right ahead, there's gonna be another snake inside of my coil. So what do? At first, I just ignore the snake, and I want him to feel ignored. I want him to feel ignored, because when he least expects it, I'm gonna cut him and I'm gonna kill him. So watch, he is trying to stay close to the edge of my body to sort of annoy me, sort of like sandwich me in. So watch here. Because I was ignoring him this whole time, he doesn't expect this, and I just go ahead and cut him off there and kill him. And now I just rush around the circle so that I can get to this food and eat it before the other snake inside my coil has the opportunity to do so. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. As you guys can see here, I just made it to 200,000. Here I'm gonna make it to 250,000. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you'd like for me to try to beat this record, let me know in the comments down below. I do not enjoy this method all that much. Here you guys can see I just made it to 300,000. But if it's something that you guys enjoy and you guys want me to do again and try to beat my record, go ahead and leave it on the comments below that you guys want me to do it, and leave your likes, and this way I know that you guys enjoyed this and that you guys actually want me to do another video to beat this record. And right here at 328,000 in score is where I'm gonna come to my death right here. I'm gonna make a very, very silly mistake. I should have never put myself at risk like this, but I was already so tired too, and Possibly why I even made this mistake. So the pink snake inside of me ended up killing me, and he ended up dying as well. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope that it helped you. So if you did like this video, don't forget to leave your like and your comments below, but most importantly, subscribe for more content.